Hi everyone, welcome to our Facebook Live today. My name's Alyssa and I'm the Marketing Manager at Kitomba. And today I'm so excited to have one of my amazing colleagues with me, Mel. Hey Mel.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you.
That's good. I am always really keen for our customers to get to know our staff a little bit better. So I thought we would start by getting you to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. So originally I am from a hairdressing background and I did almost 20 years on the floor, working in New Zealand and the UK. And then when I moved over to Australia almost 8 years ago, I started working for Kitomba. And my roles there, I was a trainer, on-site trainer for Kitomba, where I'd go out to customers. And then most recently, for nearly the last 5 years, coming up 5 years, I've worked in sales. So I am an area sales manager for Queensland Northern Territory, and I also work with existing customers as well. So I've kind of experienced Kitomba on every side of it, really.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what's so cool is that you've got such an amazing amount of industry experience, but then you are super knowledgeable about Kitomba, and you're obviously still talking and working with our customers all the time. So it's awesome to have you here. And the other reason why I have Mel here as well is because she's completely obsessed with automated marketing, and is really passionate about it, and feels that lots and lots of salons, spas and clinics could kind of really improve their businesses by working on this area. And I know she has lots of little tips and tricks that can make quite a big difference to your business. So it's awesome to have you here. So for today, obviously today is all about automating your marketing messages, and so we're just going to kind of run through that, and hopefully this helps lots of you watching out. Cool. So Mel, Kitomba's automated marketing tool is called Everyday Marketing. Can you tell us a little bit more about our tool?
Yeah, absolutely. So anything that you want to go out automatically, you set it up in Everyday Marketing. And it's basically keeping in contact with your customers, getting them to return. And if you can have it automated, then do it, because it's going to save you time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that you said that there are quite a few messages that you believe are kind of, the basics, the ones that all salon, spas and clinics really should have set up. What are those messages?
Yeah, for sure. So to start with, your new client welcome. So there's a couple of basic ones that I would recommend to have set up. And it might be, you've got a new client and you might want to tell them where to park or how to prepare for their service and things like that, so that you're giving information before they even walk in the door and you're starting that customer journey with them. So I think that's a really good one to have. Appointment reminders are standard. Always send out your appointment reminders. But then also it could be other additional things that you need to go with it. Birthdays is a really nice one that can just be sent out on their birthday, or it might even be the month of their birthday. And the good thing about that is making sure that you're keeping in touch with them and being able to just get them to return. They might not need to come that month, but if you send them a little happy birthday and they've got something to celebrate, then come in and see you. And it's just getting that extra client visit and spending as well. I think another good one is your thank you for visiting. And I think that's really important if it's a new client as well as an existing client, because it's important to find out what your strengths are in the business and be able to, figure out what is so good about the fact that they've come and visited you today. And it might be just this little key thing about scented candles that you had in the room if you're doing a treatment and things like that. So you can really get great valuable feedback to be able to offer a really nice service each time that customer comes in. So those are a couple of them. I really like being able to make sure that anything that you normally would do in the business, if you can automate it in any way, it's going to save you time. And so that in turn is going to save you money. So you're not having to sit there and send something out or keep in touch with them all the time. You know that you've got a system with Kitomba and their everyday marketing that will automatically run it all in the background, and there's people that aren't going to get missed.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Yeah, I forgot to actually ask you before we got into it. I was obviously too excited about the messages. About what are kind of all the benefits? Like, why should businesses really invest time in this? And you just mentioned obviously they can save a lot of time, and it's going to save you money. Are there any other kind of benefits or reasons why you're really passionate about this and really drive businesses to do it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's important to know that you can. Once you have it set up, you never have to really come back to it. So it's being able to, and I'll give you an example. I always get a message every 6 months for my water filter in my fridge to remind me that it's time to order. And I can guarantee I order every time I get that message. People are busy. People don't have time to keep on track of it. And if it's something really important to you, then just getting that friendly reminder it's ready to order is so important. And that's what you can offer to your customers. Everyone's busy. And often I get some business owners that are a little bit concerned about sending information out to customers that it might not be important to them, but we don't know what's important to them. And we could be sending out a reminder that they're due for an appointment, and they actually have been meaning to give you a call. So why not make sure it's automated so that you're never going to miss those gaps and you can get them back in your door sooner?
Yeah, definitely. And with Kitomba, you can choose kind of their preferred method of contact, can't you? And then you can also say if a client really doesn't want to receive marketing messages. That's correct, isn't it? Yeah, which
unsubscribe.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry about, I guess, pestering them, because if they really don't want to hear from you, there are ways that they can stop that.
Yeah, but I think it's important that you send out relevant information that they're interested in. So you don't want to bombard them with certain treatments that are going on that may not have been of interest to them.
Yeah.
So if you're keeping in touch with them, especially with automated marketing, what it does with the everyday marketing is it actually knows their visits, it knows what services they've had, it knows how long ago, and so it's just prompting them to come back and return. And that could be just one of the automations that you have set up. So in that case, it becomes relevant to them, and so you're going to get a higher success rate. So I think a lot of people can get shy from it, but you've got to remember it could be something really valuable that your customer wants, and you're the expert. So make sure you send that out, and you'll be able to keep in contact with them without even taking your feet off the floor. It's running in the background, and that's what's so great about automation.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Any other benefits or tips that you've got there before we kind of get on to the secret, your kind of secret tips?
I think it's really important to make sure that you are outsourcing if you're struggling with creating templates, or the fact with our marketing is that you can customize everything. So it's not just a template that's just substandard. It means that you can really word it so it comes from your business. So never feel that you're just sending a generic message out to people. It's still coming from your business. You may word things completely differently, so they're going to know and feel your branding that comes through as well.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Well, I guess now my question is, I know that there are some automated marketing messages that can make a really, really big difference to a salon, spa, or clinic. So can you share with us kind of what those are?
Yeah, so aside from our standard ones that we spoke about earlier, I think it can get really, really advanced. It can get as technical as you like, and each business is unique and different. So you kind of know. And so when I bring these up with our customers, I see a lot of their eyes sparkle and they get excited because they're already starting to write a list of the things that they can do with automation marketing. So some of my really cool things that I love is being able to send aftercare instructions. So with Kitomba, you can assign certain automated marketing to a particular service that they've had. And it might be, for instance, IPL or skin injections, and it's going to send a little, at-home hair care or beauty care and what to do and don't after your service. So those are the things that you could be doing in the clinic already. You may be handing them out a pamphlet, but it's really nice to know that they can get it as an email. And it might even have a video link of how to use the product that they've purchased at home as well. So there's a whole heap of different ways that you can set them up. So aftercare instructions is really cool. I love the follow-up product purchases. So for instance, someone's come in today and brought a shampoo or a conditioner, and it can automatically send them a little video, text, email. It's all embedded in your template that you send out. It might be how to do that. So one of the examples I always give is if someone comes into a salon and purchases a GHD straightener, it can automatically send them a video, show them how to create beachy curly waves. So that's just an example that you can give to your customer and be able to show them how to do it and give them just a little bit more value than their visit that they had today. You can also have it link up, and this is the bits that I really like, is I could have brought some shampoo today, and in 3 months' time, I might get a reminder from an email or a text to say, hey, you're probably ready to order some shampoo again. So if businesses have online stores, they can embed that link into it. So as I've received my text or received the email, I can click on it. It's going to go straight to your online store, and you can go through and select your products to purchase right then and there. And that's something that's all running in the background. It's not, you're not spending any time doing it, and you're getting these orders come in. And I mean, why not, send it out and allow people to purchase from your online store?
I mean, it's no work, right? And it's money just coming into your business. So
that's right. And
so
they may have come in 2 weeks ago and we've done a consult and they weren't ready to purchase the shampoo. And so in this instance, they could go down the road from somewhere else. They could go online and purchase it. So why not offer them your service if you've got that? Another one that I really like is service purchases. So if we think of, for instance, a hair salon, a lot of salons have kind of shifted from the 4 to 6 week return, and they're really pushed out to 8 to 10 weeks if they're having balayage. So you can offer a customer, well, what the system can do is you could have something that would follow up in the 4 to 6 week mark in between to prompt them to come back in and maybe have a treatment and a refreshed toner. And so again, the system's already going to know today we've had their balayage service done, and maybe in about 5 or 6 weeks, it's going to send them out a little prompt to say, why not come back in? And I mean, those things are really important in the fact that you still may see them 10 to 12 weeks after their initial appointment, but you're going to get them another visit within the year. And so that's going to up your total revenue over the year. So if you have that opportunity to offer it to them, and it's a quicker service as well. So people are really time poor. So why not have something like that set up to bring people back in?
Yeah, definitely. And we know that even reducing the revisit period by a day for each client, that can make such an incredibly big difference overall to the profit of your business. So that is such an awesome idea. Yeah, if people are kind of pushing that their service length out because of a particular service like balayage, being able to kind of get them in and get a little bit of the extra revenue is awesome. And it's done automatically, which is super cool.
That's what I love. Probably a couple of other ones that I really like as well is your lapsed clients. So say, for instance, they haven't rebooked today, and they may intend to rebook in another 6 weeks' time or something like that. But making sure that you have something set up so that it will keep in touch with them, because everyone gets busy. And if you're in a hair salon, you may know that that particular stylist they like to see is generally booked out 2 weeks in advance. So why not have it prompt in 4 week time to remind them, hey, you haven't booked an appointment. Have the online booking link embedded into the text so they don't have to go and find it. They can just click straight on it. And that's probably one of the really cool things about it, is the fact that you can customize your templates. So it's not standard. You can add links that will direct them straight over there. I've got a particular barber, and she says 90% of her customers all book online, and it's through her reminder appointment. So every 4 weeks, men generally don't rebook on the time that they want a haircut. It's generally Friday at 5 o'clock. They decide they need a haircut. So she sends out her lapsed client, and it's on the 4 week mark. And she said 90% all just go straight from there and make that online booking. So that's one of them. And it's not only that, it means that you're then not having to keep track of who hasn't returned. And it might get to, and you can customize it for male and female so that it will send separate ones. But for females, it might get to the 6 to 8 week mark and they haven't returned. We want to make sure that they don't go somewhere else. We want to be able to keep in contact with them. So if you have it automated in the background, that's exactly what it's going to do. And then it'll prompt them to come back in.
And also it makes them feel like, I guess it's all part of that client experience. And even when they're not in the salon with you, they still feel like they're being looked after and taken care of, and that you care about them, but you don't have to put effort, like that individual effort into each client to do that. You can just kind of get Kitomba to do it for you.
That's exactly it. Probably one more thing that I would say out of all of them is send thank yous to clients that have referred customers. Like, that is an organic way. You have not had to spend any money to get that person in the door. Then look after the customer that you've already got. And if they're loving the service and they're telling people about it, thank them. And it might not be, a dollar value or anything. It might even be when they come in, give them a treatment or whatever you want to do, because each business is different. Keeping in contact with them, thanking them for that service. Again, the system will automatically run it in the background because we've got all our digital forms. People can say who referred them, and it's then going to trigger your everyday marketing after your new client's been in, and have that all set up.
Yeah. That's awesome. Cool. Thank you so much, Mel. So you've mentioned probably kind of 8 to 10 different messages that you could automate. And to be honest, the options are endless, kind of by the sounds of it. There's just, depending on your business, there's so many things you can do, and that can be really, really overwhelming. So for someone that's trying to get started, I guess, what's your advice to them? Where should they start? What process should they kind of go through to do this?
Sure. So I always recommend them to write a list down. Automatically, they already have a few ideas when we discuss it. We have a great blog, which I'll get you to add on this little post here. So on our website, we've got a blog that's the 10 automated client messages you should have turned on now. And just take your time and go through it. The great thing with it is you don't have to set everything up today, but you can build from it. So maybe set in your calendar, every couple of months, we're going to look at adding a couple more things. And that's, once you've created it, it's created. You never have to go back and reset another one up. You're just adding to it. Another couple of things I would suggest is, if you are concerned about creating templates, I mean, we've got them there. We've also got MailChimp that you can create templates in. Our support desk will be able to help you set that up and show you how to do it. But if you're really stuck, outsource. There's other people out there. We have a lot of industry people that will create your lovely birthday emails if you need to, with your own branding. And once it's created, it only needs to be done once, and you can always edit it. So, just use it because it's so valuable. And once you use it, you'll start to see how valuable it is for your business, and you won't want to not. But don't get overwhelmed. Bite-sized pieces.
Yeah, no, that's awesome advice. The other thing I was hearing quite a lot, especially kind of during the COVID-19 pandemic and things like that, is that when you have so much to do, kind of look for people in your business that maybe have a bit of an interest or a bit of skill in an area. And you might actually, if you really stop and think about it, is there a staff member maybe that's quite savvy with technology and can maybe kind of work it out for you, and ask them to spend a little bit of time helping you out, especially even just initially that first one, and then kind of helping you to learn it. There's so many options. There's outsourcing as well, like you said. So
and generally business owners know what they want to create. So I mean, it's a really simple process to set up, and you don't generally need help with that. The support desk will step you through that first one. Once you've done it, you'll be able to do it moving forward. It is really, really easy. I guess the trickiest thing that they come to is, if we are adding links and sending texts and emails and wanting to customize it all. But there is a lot of people out there, a lot of industry. Like you said, you may have a savvy apprentice that can help you set those things up. But don't let that stop you from using something, because this is what can be very powerful for your business. So give it a go.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just that initial investment kind of upfront, and then it will pay off, and it'll be easier after the first time as well. The first bit's always the hardest. So
yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mel. That was awesome. I hope everyone watching got a little bit out of that and got some awesome ideas, and are kind of passionate and pumped up to kind of get started. We absolutely love this feature. And like Mel said, we do have an awesome blog as well, which is about the 10 marketing messages that you should automate now. So I will link that in the comments below, so that hopefully that can help you. And as she said as well, our support team is always here to help. So so thank you everyone for watching, and I hope to see you on our next Facebook Live. See ya.